Hello and welcome to The Update. I'm Heidi Tiltons. The Treasurer has apologised to victims of the bungled Robodebt scheme as the federal government is ordered to pay compensation. More than 400,000 people will share in $112 million after being wrongly pursued for debt they didn't owe. Josh Frydenberg says the process of recovering debt has always been difficult.
The Prime Minister has made it very clear that we apologise for any hurt, harm, hardship that has been caused by the administration of that scheme.
The PM has touched down in England for the G7 summit. Scott Morrison is set to meet with the leaders of the US, Canada, France, Germany, Italy and the EU.
There's never been a more important time for Australia to be sitting around such a table, dealing with the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, the recession that it has caused and the recovery that we are building.
More than 350 people have now been identified as contacts of a COVID-positive couple who drove from Melbourne through New South Wales to Queensland. Victoria's Chief Health Officer is warning the COVID danger is far from over despite no new community cases Australia-wide overnight. A record 153,000 Aussies have been vaccinated against COVID in the last 24 hours. It brings Australia's national total to more than 5.6 million jabs. Chris Dawson is headed to trial on allegations he murdered his wife Lynette in the 80s. The former rugby league player had been trying to argue the Teacher's Pet podcast would prejudice any proceedings. Briefly, a woman's body has been found in floodwaters in Victoria, bringing the death toll from the disaster to 2. A 10-year-old WA snorkeler has been bitten on the foot by a 2-metre bronze whaler near Exmouth. To sport, world number one Novak Djokovic is all that stands in the way of Rafael Nadal making the French Open final for a record 14th time. 7-time world champion Stephanie Gilmore will join Sally Fitzgibbons, Julian Wilson and Owen Wright in Australia's surfing team for the Tokyo Olympics. The Matildas' poor form is continuing leading up to the Games, going down to Denmark 3-2. In entertainment news, Rose Byrne is stepping into the shoes of Kiwi PM Jacinda Ardern for a new movie about the aftermath of the Christchurch terrorist attack. And Kylie Minogue has whipped fans into a frenzy after posting a cryptic tweet to Lady Gaga. The Aussie singer peeking out from behind a glittering cape with speculation the pair is working on a collab. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team, but we'll see you tomorrow morning for another episode of The Update.